performances, and I think obviously we took the learnings from the first game. We knew we weren't up to scratch and exactly our kind of game plan. So the last two games we played beautifully. I thought, especially we lost the toss in Rawalpindi, then set a really good total. As a batting unit, understood that we need partnerships, especially on these grounds. You can't just go in from ball one and smack it. So it's about, batsmanship, but also identifying that you need to bat in partnerships here, because it's very hard to stop two guys who are in batting well. So from a batting point of view, that's been really obviously positive. 200 scores. Guys are going on. In 2020 cricket, you want guys who are getting 70 plus scores, and obviously Daryl Mitchell and Fucker have done that beautifully. And then it allows the guys like myself, Sikandar, to come in and really try and ice it at the end. So yeah, from a batting point of view, I think we identified that and played really nicely. And then bowling wise, look, again, we identified that we bowled way too full. I think you look around the world, if you bowl 8 to 9 meter length consistently and you're nice and straight with your lines, it's very hard to get away, from a batting unit point of view. So it's going back to the real basics of the game and doing them better, because we know the talent we've got in our dressing room is there. And a word, obviously, on Rishad. I think to come in as a young boy, to come in and bowl the way he has, it's the first time I've seen him bowl live and play with him, and he's been incredibly impressive. And I think wrist spin in this format of the game is so key, because there's a wicket-taking option throughout the middle of the innings. So he's been outstanding. And obviously, the last time I was here, we had Rashid Khan throughout those middle overs, and I think that really helps the pace bowling attack that we have as well. So, I'm sorry for rambling on, but I think he's been a brilliant impact, and great to see our pace guys back to their full potential as well.
Sam, you smacked Mohammad Amir in the last match. The way you played against him, he is considered one of the prominent bowlers in Pakistan. Tell us about that. And obviously the bonding in your squad, especially you speaking some Urdu words, having some fun. Tell us something about that as well, how your experience or your chance of speaking Urdu with your teammates.
Yeah, so firstly, obviously Amir, I have huge respect for Amir. His career is phenomenal, and he's a great bowler. He obviously got me out in the ILT20 final not too long ago. And we always have great battles. I played with him in the CPL, and I know his skill. So, some days we had a joke about it in the gym this morning, actually, because sometimes he gets the better of me, sometimes I get the better of him. It's always a really good competition, and we have that mutual respect between each other. And yeah, I enjoy those kind of competitions. So it was just my day at Rawalpindi, and I'm sure, next time he'll be fired up for it. So I have to be ready for that as well. So like I said, I respect him. And obviously, every team I go into, I want to give as much as I can to the team. Whether I'm scoring runs or not that's not the most important thing. For you as a teammate, you have to be a good teammate. So I think just, trying to talk to the guys in their language and learn a little bit more every single time. I think, one, it breaks the ice between guys, especially guys who don't speak much English as well. So I think it just builds that bridge and lets me get to know people as well. But also, the whole environment, Lahore Qalandars family, it is a family, and we all look after each other. That's something that really struck me 2 years ago, and it's exactly the same. Samin, Shaheen, they run an amazing environment, and it's such a key part to this franchise, and it really is a family. I know it gets spoken about a lot everywhere, but actually they accomplish that and really value that. So it's something that's very special about this franchise.
Okay, Sam, Suraj Kumar from Awaz TV. Your team, Lahore Qalandars, looks very dangerous. They are clicking every boxes. Which other team do you feel like that team can give you really tough time when you go back to Lahore or Multan? Every team played two matches, and they all are there on the table. So which other team do you feel like this team is the one who can beat you, Lahore Qalandars?
Look, I think firstly, I believe that if we play our best cricket, we are the best team. I believe that. We've got all bases covered. We're a really strong team, but that's why we have to focus on ourselves. But that's not to say I have huge respect for every single team. It's very early on in the tournament, so there's a lot of cricket left to be played, and every single team have superstars. You look at all the lineups. So today, look, it's 2020 cricket at the end of the day. You're going to have days like Karachi did today, and we played well, and other days that, sometimes like the first game for us, it was a tough day for us. So T20 cricket happens like that. It's about staying consistent, and as long as you know your game plan as a team and as individuals, and you stay consistent, I think the best teams consistently, if they pick their same team with only one or two tweaks here or there, and stick with their best side and maintain that emotional control, they're the best teams. When I think teams are searching too much and changing the team every single time, I think that's when problems arise, and certainly as players, that's when you lose confidence. So, we like I said, we just focus on ourselves, and we respect every single team in the competition because it's a very strong competition. We know that, but yeah, we believe in ourselves.
Sam, I have a couple of questions. First, you were part of Islamabad United in the first ever season of PSL. Now PSL completed 10 years. How you feel? You played throughout the world. A lot of people talk about PSL in different ways, started in UAE, now in Pakistan, all the things. First, and the second one, recently you were part of the final of Sydney Thunders, then you were Dubai Capitals winners, you are a winner of the 100, you have won PSL with Lahore Qalandars, so you're part of a lot of champions teams. So just talk us through this thing also.
So firstly, your first question about playing in the first PSL. It was my first opportunity in franchise cricket, so I thank the PSL a huge amount for that opportunity, and Dean Jones obviously is not with us now, but he was coach that first year, and Islamabad gave me that opportunity. I spoke with Rehan a while back, and he's a good guy as well, so really thankful for that opportunity. It makes me feel old now you mention it, so it's amazing how time flies, especially in your cricket career. It really does go fast, so amazing experience, and it's amazing to see how Pakistani cricket has continued to evolve and continued to kind of improve. And amazing to be back playing in Pakistan. Obviously, that was in Dubai, and you feel the passion here for the game in this great country. So, so it's brilliant to be back playing cricket in Pakistan. In terms of your second question, look, I'm very proud of all the teams I've been a part of. The Big Bash last year when I was with Brisbane Heat as well. I think I've won 9 titles now in T20 cricket, and look, that's what I'm here for. I want to win titles. That's the most important thing, and being a part of that. That's why we get out of bed in the morning. Personal achievements aren't important, and it's about actually those team achievements. So it comes back to the environment, and as a player, it's very important, I think, especially when you get older, you understand that it's about giving to the environment, and it's not all about yourself. It's how do you make the people around you better? How do you make the team better? That's something that is very important for me, but it's just great to be a part of a winning culture. And look, it's about character at the end of the day. You need people all pushing in the same direction. You need to be smart. You need to play as a team. It's pretty simple, but it's amazing how many teams or individuals get it wrong. So, like I said, I think, you need to build the team accordingly and get all the ingredients there. And I feel like we have that at Lahore this year. But hopefully we can, kind of get over the line again, because like I said, that's what I'm here for. I want to win tournaments.
One last question from Fizan.
T20s, and with PSL being in its 10th edition, I want to know where do you rate PSL as a league amongst all the leagues you have played? You have played IPL, you have played CPL, you have played almost all the franchise leagues. So where do you rate PSL standard-wise, and especially if we compare it with neighboring league, IPL? How do you compare these two leagues, especially standard-wise and crowd's involvement?
You want me to say something silly, don't you? No, look, I think the great thing about cricket, is that everywhere you go around the world is you have to adapt to conditions. So the conditions of playing in Pakistan compared to India, compared to Australia in the Big Bash, England, you have to adapt as a player, and it makes you a lot better cricketer to be able to be successful in every single competition. I think, you know, there's no doubt, and I think everyone in world cricket knows that Pakistan has a huge amount of talent. The talent is never undoubted here. I think sometimes it's more about the structured thinking, you know, the thinking. We're talking about it. I was talking about it with Harris, and I said, actually, if you keep it simple, you bowl 150 kilometers an hour, you keep it very, very simple, you're one of the best bowlers in the world. It's when you try and do too much, I think, as players and as individuals, then actually that's when the results don't come. So the talent is always here. You know, you just have to look at this competition. I think it's hard to rank all the competitions around the world, and look, I think it's hard to look past the IPL as the premier competition. I think that's probably pretty obvious, but every other competition is probably just behind. You know, in England, we're trying to do the same, like the PSL, to be the second best competition in the world. The Big Bash are trying to do the same. And like I said, I think it's very hard to compare because each different competition presents different challenges and different things for players. So I love it. I enjoy this. Something that's very special about this job, and I feel very grateful for, is that I get to travel the world playing cricket and, you know, hopefully putting smiles on people's faces and entertainment. And yeah, I wouldn't trade this job for anything.
Thank you very much for your information. कलम fly कर रहे हैं मुल्तान के लिए. Thank you.